Hello, welcome back, Track Fans Global. We are here, World Championships now in full swing. Yes, so I'm gonna talk about it a little. So, all the persons who have interest in this one, come on in and let's talk about it, alright? The World Championships, always exciting to say the least, right? And I hope that you guys have been enjoying the action so far. I've been enjoying all the action so far. Alright? But we're gonna give people a little time to come in the live. So between this time and that time, I'm gonna share out a little video clip or two as give people the ample time to come into the live. Alright?
Lopez and Mingeli. Azu with a good start, and Larson now has to try and chase him down.
Always do it
in the
on
blue
my
and white
own,
for
so
Britain.
I gotta get through it.
It's going to be
And the
Azu
only
who
thing
takes
I
the
know is to
title. This
love what
time
I'm
for him to
doing.
celebrate.
Never give
It's
up,
not
never
as far
slow till I
as that
finally
rapid
prove it.
semi-final,
Never
but
listen to the no's, I just
10.25
wanna keep moving.
for the
Keep my
Welshman.
head up when I
And
act.
he steals
Head
it.
up,
It's
that's a fact.
redemption
Never looking
after the
back.
drama
I'ma
that
keep
happened
myself
in
on
Bordeaux
track.
2
Keep my
years
head
ago.
up, staying strong. Always moving on. Feel I don't belong.
They get
Tell
away
my thoughts to
first
moving
time,
on.
and
Push
it's a good
myself
start
to
in the
be
middle
the
there from
best.
Gantova. Now Azu is starting to get into his running and he's streaking away. Is Azu. Azu is going to take this. 9.97, he's done it. Something special from the Brit.
So I gotta get through it, and the only thing I know is to
Dips
love what I'm
below 10
doing. Never
seconds.
give up, never slow till I finally prove it. Never
And
listen
Azu
to
wants to
the
get into
no's,
it
I
very
just
quickly.
wanna keep
Azu
moving.
to the ball, and he's really got his nose in front now. There's no stopping Jeremiah Azu. Henrik Larsson came up quick on the outside, but Azu, just like in his semi-final, just took it through to take and 6.49 personal best. The arena explodes into noise, and there's a great start there from Azu on the left. But on the far side, oh my word, I think it's Lachlan Kennedy. The Australian was storming through in lane two. Azu on the near side. It was very, very close between them. It was so close. But Jeremiah Azu has been given it at 6.49. The European indoor champion becomes the world indoor champion.
Und on fire, die wir gesehen haben. Genauso wie er hier, der frisch gebackene unter 23 Europameister Jeremiah Azu. Im letzten Jahr in München schon dritter.
Dritter Versuch, endlich geglückt. Azu wieder sehr schnell auf den Beinen, aber auch Blake ist da. Blake und Azu in der Mitte. Ogolev kommt, aber Blake, Johann Blake vor Azu, 10 und 2.
Azu in four, looked fabulous in the semi-finals, as did Miguel Francis in seven. Away they go, really good start there from Azu. Four to right, second effective, Azu leading the line. Crossed up to the side of him, but Azu leading the line, and Azu takes it, Azu delivered. Jeremiah Azu, the Cardiff Athletics club athlete. 9.94, and is it 9.90 there with a much gentler win, just over the limit, plus 2.5. What a shame. His legal best is 10 in Kachai. Jeremiah Azu, European World Indoor Champion, very relaxed, hitting all the right notes at the moment.
Alright, so welcome everybody, welcome to today we're here, of course, to talk about the World Athletics Championship. A lot of things to talk about, right? You can see me sporting my Jamaican kit, because you guys know already that I'm Jamaican by birth, right, and by lifestyle. All right, so we're here now. The World Championship, amazing stuff going on so far. We're gonna look at a few results. We're gonna look at upcoming events. We're gonna look at a few champions. We're gonna look at a lot of things. We're gonna discuss a lot of things. So hopefully you guys will like the live. Right? So say no, like, subscribe, and also share, right? That others can come in the live and learn. If the sound quality is good, you can type it in the comment section. The sound is good and everything is good and we're good. All right, so the World Championship. Right, I want to focus more upon day 2 and also day 3 that has now concluded probably about an hour or 2 ago over there in Tokyo, Japan. Now on day 2, a lot of things happen on day 2 of the World Championships, and especially being Jamaican, right, we especially love day 2, right? We're going to talk about that a little. Day 2. Now, from a Jamaican perspective, first, let's start there. Day 2, the 400 meter guys really shocked me. Right? Day 2, 400 meter guys really shocked me. Right? Never expect the 400 meter guys for Jamaica to do so well on day 2, because all year long it seems as if we will not have any representative in the 400 meters for men, right? Only the reigning world champion, which was Antonio Watson. But then a team was selected of guys who actually made it, right? Some made it by quota, like Rasheen McDonald made the world championship by quota, and while Bavel McPherson had made it by qualification. But all of them turned up big time. So in the 400 meters for men, Jamaican athletes, all the Jamaican athletes pretty much that they sent out in the men's section, they actually qualified for the semi-finals. And I'm going to show you my screen momentarily so you can see what I am talking about. Show you my screen momentarily so you can see what I'm talking about. Yes, so you're now on the World Athletics page, right? This is where you get like all the results. Here it gives you a lot of information up to the date, right, of what is going on in World Championships. Yeah, and you can see right here, we're looking at the men's 400 meter heats. Yo, the 400 meter heats for men was stuck. A lot of interesting things happen here. So this is heat 1, was actually won by Jareem Richards of Trinidad and Tobago, and this was yesterday. We're looking at day 1, the evening session, because we started the men's 400 meters, heat 1 by Jareem Richards of Trinidad and Tobago. Last year, on 43 seconds in the Olympics for the first time, and it looks on pace like he's gonna be running 43 again this in the World Championship. He looked good in his first round qualifier. He and Light Pillay and Charles Dobson, they all went through. They all look good. They all were easy. So the top 3 go through to the semi. So those were the 3 that went through from heat 1. In heat number 2, of men's 400, we have Endore taking it from Botswana. He ran 44.36, ahead of Nagajima of Japan. Nagajima of Japan was surprising. He ran a national record, right, to put himself in the semifinals, 44-44. And then Bavel McPherson, who earlier this year run 44.78. He actually run 44.51 seconds, right, a personal best to make it into the semi-final outright. Now, the most interesting things that happen in this is that Bavel McPherson actually beat Matthew Hudson Smith. Matthew Hudson Smith of Great Britain run 44.68. Right? He didn't look good. Right? He didn't qualify automatically. E3 was actually won by Ja'Cory Patterson, and boy, Ja'Cory Patterson looked like he's gonna be winning the gold. Right? 43.90. That's what he run in the first round, and he looks pretty easy to me. Right? My Rasheen McDonald was second, 44.36. This is the fastest time that Rasheen McDonald has run in a while. Right? Some years ago in a championship like this, he ran 43.93 for the Jamaican record. But here he ran 44.36, fastest time in years, and Eduardo Scotti of Italy actually ran a national record of 44.45 for Italy. So those three went through by right. In Heat 4, it was Christopher Bailey of the USA, 44.49 that wins. Reese Holder of Australia, 44.54, was second, equaling his season's best. And Summer Conga was third, 44.56. Alright, welcome to the persons who joined. Please like and subscribe. Send out the live if other people can join. Yeah, so Zakite Nene, right, one of the sub 44 man this year. He actually won heat number 5 in 44.34, ahead of Vernon Norwood, 44.55, ahead of Attila Molnar, 44.55. And that's a national record that Molnar run for Hungary. Heat number 6 was actually won by Caleb McRae, 44.25 seconds, ahead of Epi of Botswana, 44.44 seconds, and Kirani James was third, 44.66 seconds. You know, as I look at these men's 400, I'm thinking that Jamaica 4x4 team, right, might be solid, right, because they have all their guys, right, including Delano Kennedy. I forgot to mention Delano Kennedy. He was fourth in this heat. As a Jamaican, he ran 44.74, and that's a personal best. Now, so Jamaica have 44.36, 44.51, 44.74. Yeah, so Jamaica, as it is, have a good 4x4 team, one that can make it to the final and possibly challenge for a medal. So that's not looking too bad for Jamaica in the 4x4. But as you go through this list, you realize also that Botswana have a nice 4x4 team. You look at the times that the Botswanians are running, and Botswana have a shot of trying to beat America again this year, like they did last year. Both of them coming so close to the world record, right? Other events. What other events take place on day 2 that was interesting? Yeah, on day 2, in the men's 1500 meters, it's something shocking happened. As in, one person we expected to make it through 1500 meters, it did not make it through. And that person, Jacob Ingebrigtsen, the Norwegian Viking, right, he did not make it through. Well, for the most part, he has been struggling with injuries all through this year. And so I think more and less that's why he did not turn up so good in this championship. But he wanted to make a run of it, but he was subpar. And so he did not make it past the first round. That's Jacob Ingebrigtsen. As we come down in it, the women's 400 meter heats was also yesterday, second day, and its semifinals is gonna be tomorrow. It and the men's semifinal will be tomorrow. Now in the women's 400 this year, some interesting things set to happen. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, Marlady Parlino, Salva Eid Nasser, all those people, right? They are set to culminate in that 400 meter finals, right? And with the three of them having potential to run fast times in the 400 meters, then we might see fireworks in that woman's 400 meters. Salva Eid Nasser, Marlady Parlina, and Sydney McLaughlin, all of them has run sub 49 this year in the 400 meters. And so, everything going well, them meeting up in the final, right, could be fireworks. So in qualification, right, Lieke Klaver of Netherlands was a person who actually take heat number 1. Lieke Klaver, you know, Lieke Klaver is like the second person in terms of 400 meter in Netherlands. You know, Femke Baldo, 400 hurdler. She's pretty accomplished in the 400 meters. So in the heats of the 400 meters, the fastest qualifier was Salva Eid Nasser, and she ran on 49.13 seconds. I don't know why she chose to run 49.13 seconds in the heats, because that's lightning fast. Right, I'm gonna share my screen again. Yeah, so Salva Eid Nasser, the fastest time, you can see it on your screen right there. 49.13 seconds to qualify first, going into the semifinals. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, 49.41 seconds. And then Stacey Ann Williams run a personal best 49.59. That's our Stacey Ann Williams of Jamaica. Yeah, so I hope that she didn't run out everything, because to run a personal best in the heats sometimes mean that you might not run faster in the rest of the championship. Alright, Marlady Parlino qualified fourth, 49.85 seconds. In fifth was Wadeline Wenlaw of 80, 49.91. Right, she's formerly Waneline Janafas, right, that used to run for America, but she's now running for 80. She's changed allegiance. Nikisha Price of Jamaica, 49.91. She qualified in 6th. Amber Annin, Henriette Jager, the young lady from Norway that has been put in Norway in the conversation in the 400 meters. She ran 50.12 to qualify. Nathaniel Bukawika of Poland, she also qualified. And Lieke Klaver qualified in 10th. So, as far as I'm seeing, you know, the first 7 ladies all run sub 50 based on this list right here. So what that tells me, you know, probably in the semifinals, if you're not going to be running sub 50, you might not be making the finals. And that's scary, because some years ago, if you're running sub 50 in the women's 400 meters, then you're contending for a medal or for a final spot. But the 400 meter for the men, the 400 meter for the woman have moved on. far on. Move far on. Yeah, so Martina Wheel of Chile in 15 here. She has been running good all season. A lot of national record. Also Sevilla of Spain. So I expect them, and even Mary John, I expect them to feature. Isabella Whitaker also. So if you notice, the page have a lot of good athletes. Some of these will get bumped out because everybody cannot make the finals, and like 8 spots will be in the finals. And the page is loaded with talented athletes. Alia Butler, number 13 here, she's like number 4 in the world in terms of time. She has run 49.09 this year. Alia Butler. Right? So it is stuck. The women's 400 meter is really stuck. And your guess is as good as mine who's gonna make it to the finals. Right? So we're gonna go back on the timetable and we're gonna see what else we can glean and look at. Which other event we can look at. I'll soon come to the point now where we discuss who is the champions on day 2 and who are the champions on day 3. We're gonna look at that.